Good morning, everybody. Well, look at that. We have lights and power. Hell yes. So today is a retry of day, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that. And we're going to hop to it, man. Today's going to be a busy day. I got in the shop a little while ago. Power was on, so excellent. And, yeah, grind time, damn it. I'm hopping on it. So I shot a little bit of video yesterday, but I might as well go over it again today. I basically just took all my blades, die-chemmed them up real quick, and marked where my scales end and my center lines. So those are all set, and then this little line that goes across right there is where I know where I want my plunge to begin, and then curve in. For guys, I don't really anymore mark out my grinds and how I want them to look. I kind of just do them on the fly and get creative with it when I feel like it. But for guys that are new and just getting into this, mark your grinds out, man. It'll make it a hell of a lot easier for you. And that's really it. Center lines, blue, mark your scales where they're going to end. And that's it, man. I'm going to have at it. I'm going to try something a little bit different on this here one. I got my 1-inch wheel, or 8x1 rather, 1-inch width, because normally they're 2-inch width. And we're going to try a little bit different of a grind on this here particular blade. Don't know how it's going to turn out. It might turn out like shit, or it might turn out absolutely awesome. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, and that's it, man. Just to recap, let's see. We are all done with all of our frames and our rough stuff, so those are set aside. We're not going to touch them. I do have the Nitro V in for these builds over here that are getting standard steel. So those are going to be all in the next pull here after I get these ones done. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to set up the tripod somewhere in this here region. Possibly that there region, maybe some in this here region. I don't know. All over, generally in this room. And we're going to film some shit, man. Excellent day. I feel good. I feel rested. I took the weekend off, which I probably shouldn't have. But I did anyway, because screw it. It was a holiday weekend, and why not? I'm starting the day out with a monster, if you can't tell, because I'm probably loud as shit. Doing things, man. It's going to be a long day. It's 7:30. Let's get some shit done. Catch you in a bit, guys. Welcome back. Alright, so we got all of our grinds are now laid. They're all roughed in there, pre-heat treat grinds. These are 260 grit. And that's basically it. As far as grindage goes, these are ready to go into heat treat. Now after heat treat, obviously I'm going to clean them up a lot more. I'll bring these all up to about a 400 Trizac and then etch from there. Really it depends. Sometimes I'll go a little higher, but usually it's about that. So they'll all get cleaned up after heat treat and they come out of ugly duckling mode. Yeah. So basically at this point, I'm going to go through each one and lay out all of my milling if they're getting any kind of mill work. Like this probably won't, that probably won't. And basically these ones will all get either the grooves or the fuller milled into them. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that stuff out and we will pick back up over here at the small mill and get all that done. Catch you in a bit, guys. Come on, baby. Probably going to drop down a little bit. That's all right. There we go. We're going to bake in there for 15 minutes and we will bring you back then. Time to pull these cookies out. Alright, shit's about to get hot. Hot. And that should about do it. That's how it's done, boys. Welcome back, everybody. So I got these, they're separated now, but I got these all lined up and contoured, and I couldn't resist myself. I had to quick do a test etch on it just to see that pattern in there. It came out awesome, and they're all set to go. So basically at this point, once they're both like this, all contoured up, I went through from the back side and just went right through my tie with an 1/8 inch bit that'll fit my 440 right through it, okay? And I went through that and just dimpled the underside of my scales. And basically I'm going to use those two little dimples from each of these. This one only has one because it's threaded here. And I'm going to use that to line up my 3/16 end mill so that I can install this little threaded insert in there. Okay? So basically from here, I'm going to line these up, drill my pockets, or mill my pockets, and then go ahead and install these little inserts. And from that point, we should be good to go, done with our bolster lock section as far as the rough fitting, contouring, and all that. Finish work wise, we'll get to that a little bit later on, because first we've got to make all of our parts. We've got to figure out if we're going to do a collar for this. Now my normal collars are 11/16 outside diameter, which doesn't quite fit on this. So I do have an extra bit that'll make a 5/8 pivot collar. So I'm going to see if I can't get that to work out for this, so that we could do a lightning Damascus pivot collar for it. And then we've got to make a clip as well. So I'm going to run this through and get these pockets installed and go from there. Catch you in a bit. Welcome back. So I've got it all set up. All blind screwed, floating backspacer in. Everything ready to rock on our frame. Okay. The only thing I do have left to do is put that relief in for the lock bar yet. But other than that, we are good to go. Man, this thing is going to be ridiculous. That backspacer is lightning as well. So it's going to look awesome. It'll be lightning, then a thin strip of tie, then floating lightning backspacer, then another thin strip, then the lightning bolster. Oh, that's going to look absurdly good. So yeah, there it is all roughed out. And basically, let's pop this in the tripod here. Whoop. Here I go breaking shit. There we go. Basically, it just pops right apart. Yeah. Like so. And we've got both of them blind screwed from the back side. Bolster locks installed. Our backspacer is ready to rock and roll. Still needs all the finish work yet, so don't be too judgmental. But yeah, that's about it, man. I'm going to wrap it up here for the day. I think I am done, man. I'm going to call that good progress for the day. Getting that all set up and set in there. That is a shitload of work, man. It took me all day to get those both done and laid in and fixed up and finished. So, basically tomorrow, we're going to start with doing our relief and probably jump into our pivot collar, our clip, getting the last of our parts made, and then we're going to go to all the fine finish work and finishing out our blade as well. So we'll get this all cleaned up and etched, and possibly by the end of the day tomorrow, we should have this one complete. So that's definitely good thing. I think I'm going to do some micro milling on the back here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do up in this area yet. Probably blast it and put that micro milling like I do on the, sorry, I meant micro jimping here. Micro milling like I do on some of the fancier one-offs and shit. Right on the front, just to tie it all in together so I think it'll look really nice. So that's about it, man. Before I drop this thing on the floor, I am going to head the hell out of here. You guys have a great day, and we will pick up right there tomorrow. See you guys.